My name is Tamara Collins. I have recently had a consultation with Client X and will be discussing with you their goals to improve performance in martial arts, considerations for power training in the sport, and the importance of observation for overtraining syndrome, or OTS, in the athlete. Other important information from the list of procedures will be discussed also. The new client screen observed that Client X made the appointment with myself as they wish to change their exercise regime to improve power. They noted a particular interest in martial arts. Currently, the client's physical activity status is above recommended. General observations were age 22, weight 79 kilos, height 173 centimeters, BMI 26.4, and a blood pressure of 130/78, all of which fall into a healthy range. The first screening tool used to screen the client's ability to participate in exercise was S's Adult Pre-Screen Exercising Tool. The client truthfully answered no to all Stage 1 questions, which meant that there was no necessity for referral before exercising. Stage 2 concluded with -2 risk factors, categorising the client as a low risk. The final screening tool was CSEP's Fantastic Lifestyle Checklist. The client's score was excellent, however they rated feeling in a hurry, feeling hostile and depressed, and sleeping well lower than most scores. Although the ratings for these behaviours are still very good, they could be indicative of OTS. This should be investigated prior to increasing workload on the client to ensure they do not develop the syndrome. The client's exercise regime consists of 5 1-hour resistance, endurance-based sessions at the gym, 6 1 to 3 hour sessions of ballroom dancing, and 4 to 6 1-hour sessions of martial arts per week. This is approximately 450 minutes of vigorous exercise and 900 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week, which is 6 times the recommended amount. This extensive training regime supports the previously noted potential of OTS. Discussion of goals with the client included consideration of their susceptibility to this. The client's health, behaviour and exercise goals were to increase power, rest and recover adequately, and to improve martial arts performance with better power. As a practitioner, my health, behaviour and exercise goals for the client varied slightly. The health goal is to increase aerobic power, specifically in the upper and lower body. The behaviour goal is to ensure the client gets the appropriate adaptations to exercise with adequate rest and recovery and no increase in workload. And finally, the exercise goal is to improve maximum power output in ergometric testing for the upper and lower body, following the protocol outlined in the reference noted. A study in 2012 gave the average physical attributes of a number of experienced male judo athletes. As you can see, the client's physical attributes correspond nicely to these. The participants of the study took a maximal power output test for the upper and lower body. The average results were 223 and 481 watts consecutively. I will be using the same test protocol to assess the maximal power of the client and to compare the results with those from the study as a guide to where he should aim for, and also to assess whether there are improvements in power output following the adjustments to the exercise program. Some of the important characteristics of martial arts to note when implementing the change in exercise plan are outlined here. In competition, there are 3 5-minute rounds, meaning the aerobic system is being utilised. However, during matches, all energy systems come into play as the athlete will experience periods of low intensity or stalking, as well as prolonged moderate to high intensity demands such as grappling and short explosive periods where the competitors are striking vigorously in attack. The training requirements will vary between all athletes to ensure sport-specific adaptations are made. This includes isolating the athlete's strongest approach, for example, grappling, striking, or defence, and ensuring it is significantly trained. Power and rate of force development are essential in martial arts, confirming the benefits of incorporating aerobic power adaptation, particularly in the shoulder, hip, and knee. Strength training, however, cannot be left out as it is a prerequisite for explosive power. Finally, martial artists tend to be of greater risk of developing OTS due to the extensive and broad demands of the sport. To summarise, our low-risk client wishes to change their exercise regime to include more power adaptations. Client X exercises around 6 times the recommended amount and has presented signs of OTS, which will need to be monitored thoroughly. The goals established from the initial consultation are to improve power, ensure adequate rest and recovery, and to increase the client's maximal power output in the ergometric test, yet to be conducted. The needs analysis outlined a requirement to incorporate all energy systems and a combination of strength and power for maximum success. From here, the ergometric test of maximal power should be conducted to give a reference point to determine the outcome of the goals. A 4-week training program should be made which targets all energy systems and a combination of power and strength. This program will be slotted into the client's current gym session to ensure there is no additional workload. Client X will be observed regularly for signs of further stress or overtraining, utilising questionnaires to assess wellness. If there is a progression of the signs of OTS, a discussion should be had with the client about potentially decreasing the amount of exercise they perform daily to minimise risk of injury to the client. With the implementation of this action plan, the client should see an increase in peak power and martial arts performance without being put at risk of injury or lacking adaptation due to OTS. Thank you.